Hey everybody, it is your girl Blue, and this is another version of the Best Tea, but this is a special edition. This is actually the Father's Day edition, and Kira is taking the night off because we have DotCom, number one daddy here. Big Daddy, and he's going to actually be running the show in about 30 minutes or so after we do some of our traditional things like our hot topics and talk a little and get to know more about Gene. I know you've seen him before, and he's our guy, like he's that dude. He is our best man on the show, so we're just happy to have him and celebrate him and all of you fathers out there. Gene,
thank you so much, Blue. What a wonderful introduction. It looks every time I come back to the set, something's different.
What's different this time?
The turtle. I don't remember the turtle.
Okay.
I see that there's been a bar now to our convenience, so we don't have to go far. So I like it. I like it a lot. I like what you all are doing here. I see growth.
The only thing we don't have, and Kira's not here, she normally does this when we start, is her incense not lit.
Okay.
But we're gonna definitely work on that for you, and get some things going. So if you want, we can go ahead and we can get started with the hot topics.
Let's do it.
And our audience guests, if they want, they can have a seat whenever they're ready, or they can, whatever they want to do. It's all about the men. It's all about the fathers. Okay.
Before we get into the hot topics,
yes,
let me give it up to the best tea, you, Blue, of course, Miss Kira in her absence, Jafia, for how you all show love to the fathers.
Yes.
I feel like
yes.
I feel like when Mother's Day come around, there are so many commercials. There's so many commercials like for moms, and you see, and mom should be celebrated, because you all give us life. But I feel like when the dads come by, you see a lot of Home Depot commercials, maybe socks, maybe Penny's commercial or something like that, or Montgomery Ward tie, things like that. But thank you for giving us a platform to be able to express what fatherhood means to us as a whole, and for you fathers that are on.
Well, I will tell you this. And when we have so many studio guests, they must be having a really good time, because I can definitely hear them. And they can come in whenever they're ready, unless they're going to eat first. But I will tell you this. It was important for me to want to do this Father's Day episode for a lot of reasons. My father is no longer with us. He was a New York City firefighter, died from complications of cancer from 9/11, from rescuing people out of the World Trade building. So I don't have him to celebrate. I don't have him to call. My stepfather was also very intricate in my life, Donald, and he also had passed away. So I mean, I do have a godfather that's still left in Harlem, the godfather of Harlem, Kenny. So shout out to him. But as far as having the catalyst of having that dad to call all the time and kind of tell me what to keep in order, or say it's your birthday, you know what, I got your kid, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of know. Tires. So that's a big deal. Tim, do you want to come on and join us now? You ready to join us now?
Let's go.
Okay,
Tim with 2 M's.
Tim here. We're going to just get in our hot topics, and you can hang out with us and you can chime in as well. So that's why I felt it was important to acknowledge the fathers. What happened, Ja? No, they're actually the evening, but if they want to come in, they're welcome to come in. We have, like I said, we have a lot of special guests here this evening. You can't hear them in the back. But I wanted to do that. I don't celebrate Father's Day, because of those things. But you've been you are a brother to me, and there are certain men in my life, my Uncle Larry, Pearl. There's a lot of men that have just contributed so much, not only to my life but to my sons, and acted as a role. Not saying that they replaced his father, because he is still of the living, but they taught certain things. Whether it meant they taught my sons to drive, or about the birds and the bees. Even though my youngest son Grant will tell me exactly what he did at Catholic school and how he did it, and that was a little weird. He's too open. So, but regardless of what I acknowledge on that end, I want to acknowledge all, including you, and I want to give a special tribute. And this just came to me. to Jeff Moore, who worked with us in radio for many years. And he would always call the kids when they did something wrong, big dummies. But he was an exceptional father.
He was.
Has a beautiful daughter, just graduated from college. And it's the village. And it's the village of men that help single moms like myself to make a difference and make a difference in things that I can't teach my sons because I'm totally a woman.
That's true. Fathers are important. Whether you have daughters or you have sons, fathers play an intricate role in that. But again, thank you for allowing us to have the platform.
Absolutely.
On the BestTea Show. Hot topics.
Hot topics. You want to go first? I want to go first. We have another guest. Would this guest like to come in now as well? Because we can have the guests come in and they can join us for Hot Topics, please.
The Gary Tripp.
The Gary Tripp. The Gary Tripp.
Gary Tripp.
That sounds like something. We have to talk up a little on our mics to make sure we catch everyone. Welcome, Mr. Tripp as well. Welcome, Tim, with the 2 M's. We have some studio guests that are welcome to have a seat and view the show. Also, we're not going to put them on the spot, but there is a seat available for them. Hot Topics. Who's starting?
NBA icon Jerry West dies at 86. If you're an NBA fan or you keep up with basketball, I know these two gentlemen, they do. The logo is actually him.
Wow.
The NBA logo is him. He played for the Lakers for 14 years. He passed away peacefully with his wife by his bedside.
And that's the best way to be with someone that loves you.
Right.
We hope.
Right. He didn't die with his shoes on.
He didn't. What does that mean?
Die with his shoes on. I mean, he died in the street.
Oh, I'm a little slow.
It's okay. You're from New York.
I'm just because it's the Catholic school, but I am smart about some things. Don't you talk about my city?
No.
I don't talk about Duval.
I love NYE.
Well, we know you do.
Yeah,
I think I thought you was from there, but so rest in peace to him. So my first hot topic, and it's hot, guys, and you tell me what you think. So Kiki White, are you familiar with Kiki White?
Yes, my first love with the blonde.
That's right. So she was what? One of the best singers out there. Kiki, I think you have a fan. Oh, he loves her. We're getting a little deep here. So we're going to come back to that. Well, let me see if you love her after this. Okay. She was seen bowling with a new man. Kiki has 11 kids. She was with her 11 kids.
Wait, so she wasn't with her first love?
She wasn't with her first love or her big daddy.
Okay.
And is it possible? I'm not going to comment first, but is it possible if you have 11 children to find a new love? Because her husband is older. He's a nice guy, though.
He has to be.
And I'm wondering, is it possible? Can you actually find true love or new love after 11 children? Because I can't find new love or love after 2 grown children.
No, listen. You got to be a special type of individual as a man to say, hey, I'm taking you and your 11 kids. Because let's just say that their fathers are in their lives. You know how many different personalities of fathers he's going to have to get to know, how he's going to have to get, that's a lot.
So let's just speaking. Yep. Okay. Gary, you listen, you think she's a great singer. You ready to sign the dotted line right now.
Anita Baker
11 kids.
Yes, take care of it.
I didn't smell. Okay, but would you? But she might be a little special too. Because she had 11 children?
No.
Because of some of her violent tendencies.
Someone in the audience said the fact that she had 11 children and we're not in the 1800s, she is special.
Yeah, you have to be a special individual to have 11 kids in 2024.
I'm sorry? The ovaries are working, baby.
You can call for she'll get pregnant.
She could have been, selling kids to people, what I'm saying? Not selling like that,
but no, I know
like a surrogate.
Like a surrogate.
Like a surrogate,
like a surrogate. Like
$10,000 a pop.
Yeah. Beautiful voice.
She does have a beautiful voice and she looks amazing. And you spoke of Anita Baker. I saw a recent picture of Anita Baker. Did you guys see one? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, she don't have 11 kids. Well, she don't look like that.
Anita Baker. Yeah, that's not Anita. That's not the Anita I saw on social media recently.
No. She's gotten a little bit
after 3 kids.
A little wilted.
And probably 2 divorces, but that's okay.
But it looks like I don't know. I don't see Anita. She be looking like she just ran a marathon or something. Like she don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
she's not the sweet love Anita.
Like she just came from Kroger's.
Yeah, like,
Carrots, I want apples and some pasta. I'm eating it all, baby. Yeah, that's Anita now. Life will do that to you. What else you have on your topics there? What else there?
Hunter Biden convicted and found guilty in Fed gun case. Joe Biden shares message of his support.
What was the message, Da? I mean, I'm just wondering, what was his message of support as the president or as a father?
I just want to know, did he get his son's name right? Or did he be like, my son,
what's his name? Kamala. Is he the oldest?
He's the oldest.
Do I have a son? I thought I had daughters.
Yeah.
I don't think that's my son.
Shout out to Joe Biden.
I don't think he's
prayers. We just tripping.
How much time did he get, John? Did they sentence him for time?
They hadn't sentenced him yet, but he was found guilty in Fed gun case.
So I will say again what I find. What'd you say, Mr. Tripp?
A Fed gun case.
A Fed gun case. But who they want to put back in office and who was in office before is out here sharing that orange penis. Can I say that, John? Yeah. I don't need to read it. Well, okay. Well, I'll read it. Well, Gene, you read it. You have your glasses on.
Okay. As I said last week, and this is coming from our President Biden in support of his son Hunter. As I said last week, I am the president, but I am also a dad.
That's right.
And I love our son, and we are so proud of the man he is today. So many families who have loved ones battle addiction, understand feeling of pride, seeing someone you love come out the other side and be so strong and resilient in recovery. As I also said last week, I will accept the outcome of this case and will continue to respect the judicial process as Hunter considers an appeal. Jill and I will always be there for Hunter and the rest of our family with our love and support. Nothing will ever change that. President Joe Biden. I don't think I
okay.
That.
I love that. That was good, but I got a little confused because I'm a little like blonde when you kind of mixed in pride and coming out, because this, and shout out to everyone, this is National Pride Month.
Pride Month, it is.
A really quick story, if you don't mind, y'all. So I'm at work today, and a client and a neighbor calls me and says, "Hey, it's my son's birthday. I want to take him out, and we want to do some things this weekend. Do you have anything going on?" I said, "I don't know, but I saw an email just come across my computer, and it said, 'Hey, it's for the love. Bring out the children, bring out the family.'" And I said, "There's an event at Daly's." I said, "I will gladly talk to them and see if I can get you some tickets." So here I am, dedicated to everyone,
right?
Sometimes, but not myself.
Right.
And I go and I say, "Hey, Jean Marie, my neighbor / client, she wants some tickets to take her son out for the weekend. He's 7. And I saw that you have this love concert at Daly's. Can I get 4 tickets for her, and her family?" She says, "Sure you can, but you do realize that it's a gay parade and artistry show." I said, "What do you mean?" She's like, "It's the month." And I said, "So the kids can't come?" She's like, "They can come because they love rainbows, but I don't think that would be appropriate." So yeah, I need to read the email fully next time. Okay.
So you didn't get the tickets? Is that the more?
I don't know. I didn't get the tickets because I don't know how appropriate that would be for a 7-year-old son.
Right.
Cool with it.
Unless he's Tevin Campbell.
Oh, watch out.
Whoa, shots fired.
I just want to be alone with you.
Did it just turn it?
And there's nothing. No, I feel no. You know what?
Did Tevin Campbell just catch a straight?
I feel bad. No. I feel bad for Tevin Campbell because he was catching more than a stray back in the days.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Babyface and Usher were honored at the Apollo Theater.
I love Harlem. Harlem's in the house.
Showtime.
Harlem's in the house. Tim with 2 M's. What you got to say?
Okay. So Babyface got inducted into their Hall of Fame, which was great. Shout out to Babyface. I give good love, whip appeal.
Yes.
Right.
Where would you go?
Where would you go?
I don't know.
Let's see what else. What's another?
He put a lot of baby making love hits.
Yeah, he wrote a lot of songs.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. So, Usher got the Icon Award at the same time, and your girl Mary J. Blige, Fat Joe, and Clive Davis attended.
Well. I'm happy that Mary was there. And I love Fat Joe. Okay,
Right.
lean back. Clive was there because he's looking for new booty.
Yes.
We saying new as in male or female. There's a whole
We're
lot.
saying as a male, he came out. He didn't Bruce Jenner it. He don't want to take it that far. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he's gonna look with the wigs, but he's tapping that ass literally.
What's happened?
He's been tapping that ass.
What is happening?
Well, he didn't tap my ass, hence why my career has been like this.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hey, welcome to the Father's Day edition. I don't know these.
I don't know what you want.
I don't know. Hey, listen.
Listen. Don't worry, guys. I'm leaving soon. So we just getting through after hot topics. I'm out of here. After hot topics, I'm out of here.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
Trip. My
Hey,
apologies.
listen, I'm gonna do my next hot topic first.
Yes,
okay?
yes. Go ahead.
John, while I'm doing my hot topic, can I please have some ice for this man? And there's a nice little something over there for him. For this man right here, this big daddy. So look at my little glasses on here, okay? I'm like a school teacher.
I thought you said
Did you do? Listen, I wish I was a school teacher, and the kids would come in and I would give them home. They would love me.
They would love you because you're so animated.
Yes.
You're gonna keep their attention.
They're gonna want my class.
They're gonna love to learn, and then they know they can come to you. You be like, hey, let's just go see Miss Blue.
Yes.
Because Miss Blue will fix it.
Yes.
Miss Blue, can we stay in your classroom?
Yes, until they don't do their homework. And I'm like, you didn't do your assignment? What were you doing all night? What were you doing, huh? What's happening in your house? Somebody's bullying you? Where they at? I'm gonna kick their ass for you. Don't you worry. I'm from Harlem. I'm gonna take the suspension. Because I was suspended before because someone bullied me. Oh my God! In the lunchroom. I just wanted to eat my beef patty in peace. And she was like, "What are you doing over here? This ain't your side." Well, what side I'm supposed to be on? I don't want to be on my side because they're gonna want my food.
Right.
So that did not end well when she said, "Meet me at 4:00." It didn't. I had to prepare for that.
But just to say, but listen, the respect level for that time and dispensation of time was they at least gave you a time.
Yeah, 4:00.
Back in the day, 3:00. I remember the movie 3:00 High.
4:00.
Right. They ain't just spark you right then.
So let's just say 4:00. It's now 11:30. That was my first lunch period, and of course, I stayed through every period to play spades. 4:00 was coming, and I didn't even have enough quarters to call my cousins in Harlem and say, "Hey, you got to get down here to the village because I have a problem."
Right.
There were no cell phones.
No.
I got maybe 2 people to come down there, but they got there a little too late when I got jumped by the whole Latino Beach Street crew.
Not Beach Street. You mean from the movie Beach Street? That's where the movie came from?
That's where it came from because they beat me.
Ho.
Well, they had the mohawks. They looked like Lisa in the Coke Camp. Every one of them.
And guess what, y'all?
Exactly.
I got something to show.
Now they didn't jump in until they saw blood, and because I had these safety pins. Thanks to Makiba, she's a fashion director in New York now. She said, "Put these safety pins in your ring. We're gonna tape you up." All we had was tape and safety pins. And then when I got her real good, and they said, "She's bleeding. She's bleeding." I said, "Oh, they coming, right?" Where was my Kelly? Where were you?
Yeah.
Where were you when I was shooting in the gym, Kelly?
Right.
Kelly did not. When I came up, that's when I saw all of St. Jean's. St. Jean's was a Catholic high school, and they was them girls was bad. They was about it, and they're like, "Yo, where's your friends from school? We'll be back again." And they came back and they set it off. But then my father came, rest in peace, because it's a Father's Day edition.
Right.
And my mother came. My mother was a professor at Brooklyn College, a psychotherapist, worked in the school board for years, very proper, totally opposite of me. I am my father, 100% Harlem all the way. She's Brooklyn, Queens. And we get in there, and my mother says to the principal, "So what exactly happened that you're trying to suspend Monique?" And she's calm. And they're like, "Well, your daughter got into a fight, but they think that she had a knife because the young lady was bleeding and people came in her defense." And I said, "I didn't have a knife." My father said, "I don't give a fuck what my daughter had. I saw that girl out there with the black eye. I saw her with the cuts and everything, right? And I only have one question before the suspension starts." And they said, "Okay, Mr. Woodland, what is it? Did my daughter win?"
That's it.
And he said, "Because judging from her, my daughter won this fight." My mother's like, "Woody, don't come in here with that shit. You're embarrassing me."
Run up on you again. You got to set an example.
And the principal was black, Miss Jarvis. I'll never forget it. And she says, well, she did something that the lady is kind of cut up there. He said, well, suspend her as long as you fucking want to. We're out of here. Let's go, Yvette. I'm not your wife. Well, you are today. Get your ass up. Let's go. And so my dad's thing was to my mom, and my mother never respected him in this decision, though, is when you have to fight for yourself, whether it's over food, whether it's for life, whether it's respect, and you give it your all and you do it your best, and you come out. You come out like Ali, and they're there. No matter who else jumps in the ring after you.
Right.
You've done your job, and they will respect you moving forward.
They will.
And I never had a problem in high school after that with no one.
With nobody.
I ate my lunch where I wanted to eat my lunch. Some people gave me AB patties. I was good.
Right.
It was good.
You know what they knew?
What they know?
You was gonna fight.
And they know the same thing here when I moved after marriage, didn't they? But that's a whole nother show. So number 2, Gary, you know it. You know it. You was with me shooting the gym at Jim's place in the parking lots. Everywhere I went, because your classmate had to be a hot pocket for everybody in the city.
Listen, wait a minute. What are we talking about?
Oh, okay. So next,
I don't think they knew that. We go back.
we go back. I'm not gonna go there this show.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be a lady. Be a lady. I'm in my Frank Sinatra's in my head. That's when Gene became the legend.
Yeah.
In the beeper shop. Yeah.
When people came and they said, "Hey, we're here for Gene. Where's his office?"
Yeah.
Oh, he has an office. Yeah, he told me to meet him here at 8:00. Well, we closed at 7. Well, I've met him here at 8:00 before. Oh, okay. Okay, not my shop.
Yeah.
So, hot topic number 2. History was made in the YSL case. YSL is the whole rapping issue thing going down.
Right.
The judge sent Young Thug's lawyer to jail for 10 weeks. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to say this before I even continue. Maybe he wanted to be in jail. Sweetness. Maybe you wanted to go in there and work on the case. Sweetness. So YSL members, and one of them fired one of his lawyers in court. So it got kind of crazy. It was like a power episode, you know. Will this be a mistrial?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Young Thug will get out, and
then he'll get it.
Go be worried about it.
Because he was telling, he was dealing with some of the informants, or he was Gunna.
Yeah, Gunna. Because he told on him.
Oh, Gunna.
Right now. He didn't think he was gonna get out.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, you know, rest in peace, Young Thug. That's the only young anything that I know.
Rest in peace.
Not Young Thug. No, Young Dolph. Young Dolph.
Yeah, Young Dolph.
Dun, 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 dun. I said the only one I know. Yeah. He did rap about that, didn't he? That didn't go too well for him.
But listen,
right?
But Pac did the same thing.
Pac did.
Yeah.
Biggie did too.
You
saw that last album he did, Ready to Die.
Life
Who the hell? Let me tell you something. I don't care what you pay me. I don't care what show it is, what platform. I don't care. We got issues in the marriage, the relationship, whatever. I did say that after a drunken night to one of my ex. I did say, "Oh, this what you want to do? Because I'm ready to die." And then I thought about that. No, you're not, bitch. But he got a restraining order after that. But I'm not going to say that. And I don't want to say, because I'm not ready to go anywhere no time soon. Because I'm having too much fun with you gentlemen on the show tonight. We're having too much fun tonight. So, yes. So you have another hot topic before I read my last one? Because you know what the last one is.
Yeah. No, I went through my hot topic.
Well, this is how I'm going to start the last topic. The last topic, let me tell you why it never dies. Because I can't stop it. I won't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Okay? Diddy has now sold all Revolt. God damn, why you didn't tell me this before we were talking about it? He sold his Revolt shares for how much? Huh? I need to come up. It doesn't tell you. Okay. Well, he sold the shares. Okay. He probably sold them to Charlemagne. Sold them to Charlemagne God. To all the employees. Oh, to the employees. That's great. I was not an employee. I tried. Okay. Howard University takes away the honorary degree. First of all, you give me an honorary degree. You're not taking it back.
No. But they gave. No, I respect them giving the money back. I respect that because for the reasons why they didn't want to be attached or associated with his brand now because of what he has going on.
Well, I'm keeping the paper, okay? If it's a certificate has my name on it, I don't care what I do. If I don't care.
Well,
I'm not giving it back.
It was more so them giving the money back.
Well, they get okay. That's all that matters.
The honorary doctorate. I mean, that's a certificate. No, they're not gonna like be like, hey, let's confiscate that piece of paper. It just doesn't hold any value right now because they.
Jada producer. Oh, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, gentlemen. Okay, and where I'm at in life right now. Okay,
you're not giving the money back.
You give me $1 million. I don't care what I did, the kids did. I don't care what the job did. You're not getting it back. It's spent. That door's not leveled right. Okay, I have some things I need to do for the foundation. I need a new studio. I need to be bigger because big guys like you are coming on it. I need a bar set up. I need to do some vacations. I didn't take one this year, okay, because I got other priorities. The $1 million spent. It's gone. It's done. Okay. So
the question is, does it really go back? Does it just say it?
Maybe they're just saying, I don't know. But we spoke about this before, and someone said to me that he could not be tried for the Cassie case because of everything that happened.
Yes,
but now the grand jury is coming up, and he's going to face some charges, and Cassie will be forced on the stand, and so will some other witnesses, and one witness can just make a difference. And let's talk about the male escort.
I don't know.
The male, I don't know either, because I don't have a male escort or a female one. But what I will say,
where's the dude that you carry the umbrella with?
So
Farnsworth Bentley.
Farnsworth Bentley was not what you thought. He was a man. Okay, he was a. You recognize this here is a man. That's South Central. You recognize Bobby here is a man.
Yeah. Uncle Bobby.
So Fonz is like, listen, I'm out of here. Fonz probably saw the first. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. When he saw the first guy leave Diddy's room with blood on the sheets, he said, "Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go work at the car lot.
Yeah,
I'm my Aunt Barbara Jean's kitchen.
He has his own umbrella brand.
He does, and he should. But he got out of there. Okay. After a couple of lines of cocaine, he saw Usher coming out with panties on. That was enough for him. I do want Usher on the show, and I don't. Usher, I love you, and you know I love you. I was with you when you were at Puffy's house, and I got there late because I had to buy a dress in Bloomingdale's with Kelly and keep the tag inside, and all the food was gone because Chef Delroy Christian made it. But Usher was in the room playing the video game.
And you was at the party.
I was at the party in Jersey. I was not never at any of the hotel parties.
They call them freak off.
So
I was not at any freak off parties. I was at the barbecue. His mama was there. His mother's husband was there. He was sitting by the pool. And I was there to go see a guy, L. L was his right hand. It was L, Buck, and Wolf. Wolf for security. And you know that Wolf died with Riz in the whole BMF thing in Atlanta.
Right.
So I was there to see L because I was trying to impress him with the store-bought dress with the tag in that I had to then turn around and return. And Usher was in the room like this. It was expensive. It was from Bloomingdale's, and that was the thing we did back in the day. We would take and go. I'm gonna tell you now because I can buy my own dress now, or I can just go in my daughter's closet and just take all her stuff. She never knows because she has so much stuff and her earrings and wear that. And then put it back. But yeah, we were buying stuff from Bloomingdale's and then taking it back when we could. We needed the money. It was, that was like our Amazon thing. But Usher was very calm, and I never ever imagined, even at all my time at Uptown, that's what was going down. But they never invited me because I was like glasses, braces, like just let her stay home. And I wasn't into any of that freaky stuff. I didn't even know I had a nice body, and I did back then. My mother had me dressing like a nun.
Really?
Oh, I was at all the premieres, award shows, everything with a coat dress or like the baggy TLC style.
Yeah, but you know what though? That's classy.
Well, I can't tell because the only person that paid me attention was Damon Hall because he would dress in these suits and everybody thought he was a nerd. And him and I would be sitting there. That dude. Damon Hall's that guy, and we'd just be sitting together at every event eating chicken and drinking, and like nobody wants us because you're probably not in there with Puffy, and I'm not necking enough. Yeah. But it is gonna go down. I know he's in. I don't know. We've heard he's in Bali with Russell Simmons.
Yeah, probably doing
But
some
you
yoga.
know, yeah, like the yoga, I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know who you're praying to, but start praying.
Yeah. Russell, but listen,
Russell's been out there. Shout out to Russell. Shout out to Russell.
Russell did long time ago. Like he saw the snowball long
Yeah,
time ago. He's
it was
like, hey,
coming
they
down.
talking about me. Let me just get out of the way, and I'm gonna just be out the way.
And Bali evidently is good to him, and I think that Puffy will enjoy spending the rest of his life there because you know they'll love you a long time. And there's a lot of little girls and a lot of little boys out there selling fruit and walking around, and then they can come in and you know it is. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's your thing, but you know what? This is what I feel about that. Let a woman know that's your thing and give me the option to walk out.
That's what
I don't want to come home early from work
100%.
to surprise you to make dinner, and Harold's in the bed with you.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to think I'm going to join you in Harold because that ain't my thing. None of those are my thing. Okay?
Don't take away my option.
Don't take my option. You know what?
Don't come
And
home to Harold.
It's not. Yeah, I don't want to come home to Harold.
Don't come home to Harold.
I don't want to come home to Kim. I don't want to come home to
be
nothing.
like your brother Harold. Yeah.
I don't want to see him.
Yeah.
He may be
Melvin in the kitchen.
in the apron, whipping up some stuff. You home early, damn.
Daddy's home.
You know she came home early.
Daddy's home
I'm
to
cooking something
stay.
For you and him. That's not gonna work.
You want something to eat? You want some Kool-Aid, homie?
With the tray. That's what I'm gonna do to my kids. I'm gonna get me
some brownies, dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Your mom and I are busy. I see you out there in the audience. Go ahead and buff it up. You don't want this now. Don't let me do it. But what I will tell you is no one in any relationship should ever be surprised. Give everyone the option. Even if you want to leave your marriage, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever you want to do, just check in and say, hey, this ain't what I want. Now, if you want to stay, I want him and her. If you want to join, that's okay, baby. But if you ain't your thing, then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do my thing. And I'm gonna say, yeah,
let you go on
yeah,
and do your thing.
Go do your thing.
Go do your thing.
Go do your thing.
Thank you for telling me.
Thank you for giving me the option and telling me. I'm gonna respect him because he respected me.
No, but you will respect it in the end.
As you mature more,
I'm definitely gonna respect and understand. Enough men don't do it, and then I'm gonna say it's a good thing I've been sleeping with your brother. So, is my time up yet?
We just made another left turn at Albuquerque.
So I want to introduce you before I actually leave because we have another artist coming shortly also. ID4 Nation.
Yes.
And I'm gonna come back, Ja, if it's okay, in the last 10 minutes for our closing. ID4 Nation, Junior Ashwood, he's getting ready to come to the set. Starring and introducing a new actor on the scene as well. Has an incredible movie that is premiering actually here. A lot of movies, the news was talking about are coming to Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
So people will be getting work, homes will be rented, and it's a big deal. So I want to welcome Junior Ashwood to
the BestTea Show.
To the BestTea Show.
Yes, ID4 Nation.
ID4 Nation. Can I have this pillow and I'm gonna sit him next to me and you're gonna switch with Tim and 2 M's. I'm just gonna throw it right here. I told y'all I'm bringing those pillows out. Men don't
You're
like
gonna
all
switch
that color.
Tim.
Men don't like all that colorful stuff here. Even though
No,
it's
you can throw that pillow over
So my guy comes in here and welcome Mr. Ashwood. So good to see you. And because I'm gonna exit soon once one of your leading role guys gets here. But my man walks in here with a hat.
That's right.
And if you don't know the name of the movie, and I hope you've been wearing this every day.
Oh yeah. Listen. He was at the skate station this past Sunday with it on.
And the hat says "Rights of a Father" premiere.
That's right.
June 15th. At the Ritz. And so I want a hat, and I want that hat to say so many things for me right now. That don't say it?
No, because I think your mouth is said enough.
Okay,
we don't need the hat. We don't need the hat.
I may want a hat to talk about my gala coming up in October.
Yeah. We'll use it for that. That's great.
For breast cancer. I'm not going to get a hat.
Other message.
I'm not going to get a hat to say.
Don't say it. You don't have to say it. You don't even have to say it. You don't have to say it.
But the thing that really took my attention about this movie, there were two things, of course, who you're introducing in his new role. But the thing that I want to applaud you on, I never really thought about it. And in the world today, and I think Jarvis spoke about it on another show, how we don't even have rights as a woman to our own bodies. And this movie, you were filming before I think some of this thing came out. in the state of Florida and in Georgia. And I've never once in my life heard anyone argue the rights of a father with a woman's choice of what they were going to do, especially in a marriage. And that was like, whoa, what would you do in a case that my career is going to, what if I was pregnant at the age after 50, right? Like, you
Like
don't
Janet
look at me, Janet Jackson and the young lady from last week that's on the reality show, 54.
No, I'm not looking at you
No,
kind of way.
I thought you were looking at me like, don't you do it.
Yeah,
But
I don't want you to do that.
But well,
That was why
I don't think I
looking.
can anymore.
That is the reason why I was looking.
But and I come home and I
Don't
tell
you
my adult children, like, I'm pregnant. My boyfriend and I, if I had one, we're doing really good. We're in a great relationship. We have a great partnership. I see us traveling. I see doing all type of things that I've always wanted to do in a relationship. But now I'm pregnant and like I'm not trying to have a kid. I just got a G son. So that would be awkward. I got my G son walking around and then I'm pregnant and they're like, well, what's going on here? I don't know. And then he says to me, well, I want this baby. Well, you can want this baby all damn day, but I'm going to fly up to New York because I can't get it done here. And this is a wrap. And if you don't want to be with me after that, I understand, but this is my body. And he's like, that's my seed. So what made you come up with this whole idea that this
right there is why I
did this happen to you?
No, it hasn't happened to me.
I have to ask.
But that right there is why the discussion has to happen. You're going to tell me that we are creating a life together, but you're the only one that has a say in if the baby is born.
Okay.
See, and that's wrong. Society has taught us and nurtured us as men for decades to just shut up. Okay, you ain't got nothing to do with this.
Right, take it.
All right, you take it on the chin.
Take it.
But once a child is born, then I'm a father.
Mm-hmm.
Then I thought we are pregnant. Isn't that what we say? We're pregnant. Hey, everybody, congratulations.
Hey,
we're pregnant.
pregnant.
So after 9 months, once the child is born, everything's set in place to be a father. Even if y'all don't want to stay together, the courts have everything set in place. There's a calculator. How much you're going to pay? It's already, the heavy lifting is done. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about day 0 to day 9 months. What rights does he have in between there?
That's so true.
Great
and that answer is not going to happen. Nobody can answer that. Some women, well, most women, I try to do like Steve Harvey. I asked 100 people, so I asked 100 women and all races, everything. And it's a resounding none. He has none, no rights, not till the baby's born. Mm-hmm. And how fair is that?
And that's societal.
How fair is
that's
that?
I almost went through that though.
That's societal.
That's society.
That's society.
Well, I almost went through that and I was married.
Yeah.
Explain.
With my daughter. My ex-wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your ex-wife did not want to, and speak up, please, because we want to make sure we hear everybody. Your ex-wife did not want to go through with the pregnancy with your daughter.
True.
Okay, so did you lock up for 9 months in the basement, or what happened?
No, she was like in the beginning, she pissed off, like
I don't want to do this.
Like she was as if we wasn't married, like she was drugged or something, Bill Cosby or something. I almost went through that, so I was like, "What in the world?"
So right now, what's set in place to stop a woman from having?
And I couldn't do nothing about it.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying
I can do nothing about it.
I'm not saying this movie is going to change the world.
No, true.
It's possibly it can, though.
That's right.
It is possible it can make some things happen.
The conversation needs to be had.
The conversation is happening.
But it's crazy when a man goes through that, though, because it even being married, it wasn't nothing I could do about it.
How helpless as a man?
She was like, "No, I'm going to."
How helpless as a man are
you? If it wasn't for her religious beliefs, I think she would have did it, and there wasn't nothing I could do about it. And then she turned it around, and then I guess she found her God more, and then we was able to work it out.
How fair is that?
She presented that, and wasn't nothing I could do about it. And wasn't nothing I could do.
How fair is that?
Well, I don't know because I've never been in a situation like that.
Because we don't have no right for
that. Ask any woman, and she'll tell you, "Oh, you got no rights, not to the baby's born."
But I'll play devil advocate because I know we spoke about this in last week's show. There's I don't know what city it is or what state where they're starting to charge. They're going to make it where they charge you you have to pay child support. Kentucky, pay child support during the entire pregnancy. From the minute that she is pregnant, the child support, the checks start.
Even if you don't know it.
It don't matter.
Wow.
It don't matter. You're the father.
So whether it's yours or not, that's
So
just.
Wait, so they don't do they not honoring blood tests
They will
in
do DNA.
Kentucky?
They will do a DNA.
I was getting ready to say now you can't just make somebody
There
take
you go.
because
Tim wants his money back.
I want my money back.
yeah, Puff got his money back.
Yeah.
You took the degree back. Puff got his money back. I need my money back.
Take that.
Yeah, let me get that.
I'll scratch some paint jobs.
But
Oh.
the damage
I want my
is
money
done.
back.
Oh,
Yeah.
But the damage is done already.
Yeah.
You go back and get your money, that's fine. But the whole time she's saying, I gotta drag this money out of him because I'm pregnant. I gotta go to the doctor. I need prenatal and all this.
Wow.
I gotta fight him for this money. Now you look like a deadbeat.
Exactly.
And then by the time you figure it out that it's not yours, you get your money back. The damage is done already. You're already labeled as a deadbeat.
And
Right.
that's a horrible
Now,
label.
how do you reverse that? You don't.
You don't.
That stigma rides with you forever.
I want to. I know that you're married, and I haven't known you long. I know about the movie. I know about your work. I know about the last movie you did that was absolutely phenomenal. That's on Tubi now. But I don't know. Sometimes when I speak on the show, when I speak on topics, I speak from a place of experience.
Okay.
And the fact that you have presented something that no one else has thought about. And I get where you're coming. It's like, oh, well, we don't have rights. What do we have? What can we do to that? But it almost seems, were you put in a position like this ever?
Close. Yeah, before I met my lovely wife, I was a single parent. And it's so hard for a single man. And I was in the military. I was in the Navy. I was a single parent in the Navy.
Mhm.
That's probably the hardest thing you're ever going to do. Because
You're
gotta
away.
get underway. We got to get underway. We got to have a family care plan put together. So, you got all these different things that have to happen. So when the ship say we got to get underway, your children have to be taken care of.
Mhm.
So it's hard. But I said, listen, I don't need child support from you. I don't need it. Because when the child was born, he was with his mom. And I said, no, you can't raise him to be a man. He needs to be with me.
Right.
So I went and got my son. And I said, listen, we already got it in place. You're already getting child support. Just send that back to me. That means I'll spend my check. You'll spend yours. No harm, no foul. It was hard getting that back. So it's like money's going out and he's with me. It was crazy. So I didn't have any rights in the court. They're like, no, the judgment's in. This is in place. This is in stone.
Mm-hmm.
Go about your business.
Regardless of reality.
Go and what they talk. Go talk to the mother. If you get her to come down here,
Good luck with that.
Rescind it or cancel it.
Good luck with that.
Then we can talk to you.
That ain't going.
They're
Good
not
luck
gonna
with
talk
that.
to you
That ain't
After
going.
that, They're not gonna
No,
talk to you.
because that check was recreational.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna get this every month. Yeah, I'm supposed to send him this back, but I'm missing this week.
But
And he ain't got no rights in the court on it.
they're not gonna talk to you. Right? They're not even gonna talk. You're not gonna make it past that glass window.
No.
But you all were never married.
No, we were never married.
So what I did learn with having a client who represents fathers in different cases, if you and the mom are married, and then and the child is born, and then y'all split after that, it does give you parental rights to step in. Like she can't just take off with the child without the signature or what have you. You do have
A little bit.
yes, you have it is. You have a little bit more bit more leverage because you all were married when the child
So now
was
it's all in like custody. She can't take a past any state or anything like that.
right.
So it's different when you're married.
Mhm.
But single,
No,
even engaged, it doesn't mean
it don't count.
No, that don't count.
Either
It don't
you're
count.
married or you're not.
Or you're not.
Well, I know that in the 9 o'clock hour, we have your new a guy that's playing your star role that is playing the father coming on, and we're going to bring him on there because I have to tell you, I feel like I just got off the bus in LA or New York with my bag and my oranges and my churros for sale, and I don't know what's happening here. I feel like the minority right now. And I think that when we see fathers and men like you, and when I watch how, I know Gene personally, and we've been friends for years. When I actually see the passion and the love that he has, especially with knowing that you lost your son at what age was he?
Theirs was 24.
24 to gun violence.
Yep.
Senseless gun violence,
Yep.
gunned down in front of your home. And I know that you work around the clock, and as an advocate for other fathers and mothers that have gone through the same thing. And I see your passion, and I see your love, your tenacity, and your resilience in this fight to prevent it from happening to someone else's child. But it makes it bad. It makes it bad for him. It makes it bad for some of you, because we have some fathers out there who are balling, who are living their best life, but they've never taken their sons to a basketball game. They've never taken them to learn how to fish. They've never taught them how to change a tire. Just simple things. And we have to look for fathers like you in the communities to be that leader, who have that cadence and love for raising our Black men, not to be statistics on the news when you wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock.
Right.
So, I applaud all of you, and I applaud all of you for coming on the show to talk about that and everything else that you're going to discuss, because there are men out there who are not the exception like you are. And so I think that's sometimes, speaking for the women, makes it hard to make those decisions with that man or with that husband who may not have been working or has a gambling problem or an addiction problem, but yet they want those certain rights. That makes it hard for us to say, okay, well, let me consider him, because that's when we turn on the I'm doing everything, or he's not really doing this, or he's not doing it for the other two kids. And we kind of take the owning of our body in the situation to say, you don't have a choice. I apologize on behalf of those women that have done that has not been the situation for fathers out there and for fathers that are here and in the audience, because there's a lot of women, that's not what we're about. We just want you to be fathers. We just want you to be, we just want you to make sure that you're stepping up to the plate and doing what you need to do as a good steward of God, so they can see that and do the same.
We know that's not
And
the
we
exception.
don't, we don't have enough of that. So the percentage, I see what you're doing and don't yell at me, Jing. I see what you're doing for the 25% of the men that do want to say, hey, I want to do this and I have a right.
I think it's more than 25%. Now, Blue, I'm not gonna yell, but it's more than 25%. You have a lot of magnificent.
Exception is not the rule. It's not.
Yeah. You have a lot of magnificent fathers out there. Like,
We're out there.
no, we're out there, and I know they're fathers that they had no choice but to be fathers. Not that they were forced, because the mom may have passed.
And there's some bitter women out there that try to force you to not have a relationship.
It's a lot of bitter women.
Oh yeah.
Now that's higher than 25%. I'm gonna tell you that. bitter women, 95%. Yeah. Yeah.
Now let me step in, because I have 10 more minutes before I have to exit and your next guest comes. I'm not gonna say 95%. I'm gonna let you own that, because this ain't about me, it's about you, man.
I was just being facetious when I said that. I don't know what the percentage is.
It's 67%.
Thank you.
No. Men that are
active
in their lives.
67%.
67%.
Yes.
The
Come
Google
on. He's a director of rights as a father. You know he knows the percentages. Cut it out.
It's higher.
I think I even talked about that on the interview. 67%.
I guess that wasn't in the year of when the day Gerald Levert died. I guess it wasn't 67% then. I think it was
more
what's
like interesting about that?
40.
I was on the radio. I had to announce that.
Well, that was the day I was in mediation and everything was done. I'm just saying.
Hey, now that I think about it, I don't think I announced it that day.
No, it was that day.
Hey, don't associate me with that day.
I'm just saying, and
I wasn't there.
Everyone's situation is not my situation. And even when you are bitter, angry, or upset about, how things turn out, because women live in the hurt, and so do men. They live in the hurt process, and sometimes things are not done the way they need to be done.
It's a lot of hurt men.
It's a lot of hurt men. I mean, I know some.
Listen, you want to identify a hurt man? When you meet him, if he's extra sensitive, he's hurt. I'm gonna say this. The fact that you even say it, can you define extra sensitive? What do you mean? It's sensitive. It's sensitive. Where's your thesaurus? Hurt. Hurt. I know I just gave you a cold example. That's it.
You ain't texting back.
So a question from the audience.
What you must be doing?
Said, what do you define sensitive? I will tell you this, and I said it before, because everyone knows that the show was birthed from me having a breakup, and I didn't know that I was broke up. I thought I was in a relationship that was doing what it needs to do for 5 years. And then this young man basically told me, "Oh yeah, we're not together right now. Like, you made that decision because some things that I didn't do that you didn't approve of, and I decided to work on that." So what I will tell you is hurt men and hurt women hurt other people.
They do.
And if you're a hurt person from a relationship, whether it be man, whether it be woman, don't walk into something thinking that you're healed and you're not. Because after a while, just like if you don't heal your broke leg and go to the hospital and get the stilt and all of that, but you limping around saying, "I don't go to doctors and I don't take medication and I don't like aspirin."
Right.
After a while,
you're gonna have a cane.
Exactly.
And then it'll be a wheelchair.
Exactly.
And then someone's got to push
you didn't take care of your business to heal it properly. Okay? Don't self-medicate yourself in thinking that everything is good, because the outcome is not going to be what you really need it to be. All right?
That's the best tea, Blue.
So yeah, I mean that's the best that I can give you.
Strange, girl. Go girl. You girl.
I felt
work it, girl.
I needed protection, needed a little protection a minute ago. But
you have 6 more minutes.
I have 6 minutes. Okay,
you have 6 minutes to get fresh.
And then he's on.
Yeah.
But I do applaud you for putting it out there for, our men are doing great things, whether they're influencers, doctors, engineers, whether they're serving us in the armed forces, the Navy, whatever the branch may be, and they're not recognized enough. So I always will support good men. I always will support men that are doing things not only for their children, but other children. We had the Cowboys on here last week the Black Rodeo, and the one thing that Cowboy Bill had said, Cowboy Bill, he said, not only am I a great father, I'm a great stepdaddy. I love all the children. I'm a father to everybody.
I got 4.
So
you have 4 stepchildren, bonus children.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I use the word bonus because I feel like I don't use step. It's bonus.
My step mom never used stepson.
Right. So she called you son.
Which is crazy. My stepmother used it all the time.
No, my step. Trip. I'm sorry.
Again, and we have somebody in the audience, and he's been in the Marine Corps.
Absolutely.
And he didn't want to come on the show, and we'll save him for another time. But he's also a great father.
He's a great humanitarian.
Now, do you know this man? Do you? I just met him.
Listen, salute to Sir Charlie Griffin. He's a philanthropist.
Okay.
Again, humanitarian. He's a great father.
A great son.
Definitely a great son. Knew his dad. His dad was a vanguard in the city. Like, that's good stock right there. He needs his own show. He needs his own episode. Like,
we want to give it to him.
He'll give you 2 hours. He'll give you 2 hours. What Charlie Griffin is doing is he ain't just talking. His boots is on the ground. He's right there with the people and feeding the needs of the people. Whether it's feeding, literally, providing clothing, literally. You name it.
HIV awareness.
HIV awareness. He's covering the facet of the community, and it's people like him that charge me.
Scholarships. Well.
That's why we need to have him. We're gonna get him on the show.
Yes.
We're gonna get him on the show.
And that's what it's about. And I'm gonna wrap it up in 3 minutes. That's exactly what it's about. It's about men like you. It's about men like him that's in the audience today, and we're gonna put him on the platform next time when he's ready. But it's for me, and people said, so what? They're gonna take over the show, like it's the bestie. I said, no, it's about them. Like I want to, and I know you guys may hear it, you may not always hear it. I wanted to serve you today. You know, I wanted to be able to say, what is it that you need? I wanted to be able to have, drinks ready. No one said they smoke cigars. I would have bought that too. But
Listen, that guy right there, he's a connoisseur.
Well,
He's
maybe he
working on
has
his own
one.
stuff
Maybe
right
he
now.
has
He's
one,
working
and
on
we
his
can
own
have
line
some
right now.
fireside chats by the pool. There's no rush because we always talk about women and getting their flowers and what's their day, but I never hear the florist running on Father's Day. I never hear the candy man or the spa treatment or just the acknowledgement from Hallmark on Father's Day. You hear it, but you don't hear it as much, and it should be equally served. And I'm going to say that today. My father was an incredible man. My stepfather was an incredible man. I've had incredible men in my life as leaders and as teachers for me. And that's the reason why I am the woman I am today. Yes, I had a wonderful, educated mother. She is still doing her thing. She'll be here this week. Shout out to Professor Reddick. She's
took me to the finest restaurant when we were in Brooklyn.
She's a good woman.
She is.
But when everything was done and said, I realized with the parade that they gave my father. I realized with the streets being closed down. I realized with just everything that he had done to bring more young Black men into the brotherhood of being firefighters and just helping everyone, sometimes too much, that's my dad. Like a lot of me and my tenacity and love for people is because of this guy.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you discover that earlier on, or did it resonate more after he passed?
It resonated more after he passed. I have his coat from 9/11 hanging in my living room because I didn't get the time that I always wanted with him, because my father, like others, was married and did a lot of other things. And it was about, my younger sister and her children and his wife. And I just wasn't a part of that fold. And I never thought I would be. And I was okay with that. But no matter how much they pushed him to say, don't worry about her because she's not from the marriage. And this is what's important. When he was gone, I realized then that I was one of the, if not the most important people in his life. And it was said to me. And so I wish that I would have known it then. I wish he would have demonstrated it more then. And I wish that I could get that call, from him about cleaning out my voicemail and just stuff. Clean your garage. Jesus Christ,
You know what I need you to do for me?
What?
Talk to Elle.
I absolutely will.
Share that with her. Because that's one of my biggest fears, is that she doesn't really get who I really am to her and how much I adore her, and that I'm the lucky one to be her father. I tell her that now. She's 12. She's like, Dad, they going through that middle school age where, and our producer said it's time to wrap it up. But if you could share that message with her,
I definitely will share it with her, because sometimes when we're growing up in it, we don't really know what we have, whether that's a child, whether that's a marriage, whether that's a friendship, whether it's a relationship. We don't realize it until we can't say it, and we're in that moment where it's like, wait a minute, I had what? I did what? This person did. It's not there. So I will gladly share that when we're in Gaylord having some pina coladas. I won't give her any alcohol like I did my little
she's
cousins.
not even gonna let you give it to her.
But we're getting ready to start the second half of the show. I'll come back into its closing, and Gene will be introducing, along with Mr. Ashwood, his up and coming new leading star that is going to be on the big screen very soon. So God bless you all. We'll be back in to tap in. But right now, I'm going to hand it over to my brother from another, Mr. Gene White, and I'm going to pass the mic like Cassidy.
Tag me in.
Thank you.
Hey, leave that microphone.
I'm going to tag. I was going to tag it.
Tag him.
I'm going to pass the mic. We're going to pass the mic.
Thank you, D. Monique Blue. 1/3 of the best tea. Shout out to Kira in her absence. Shout out to Jafia. But this is the Father's Day edition. As you know, ID4 Nation is in the building. This Saturday. Thank you, John. You got to tell me as a producer that the bell is available. This Saturday at the Ritz Theater is the premiere of Rights of a Father. I would encourage you to go ahead and get your tickets at the Ritz box office if you don't have any plans this Saturday. So many people hit me up like, Gene, what are we doing Saturday? You know, what's Saturday? I'm like, hey, I don't really know what's going on. But this Saturday, the Ritz is lit. The red carpet starts at 6 o'clock and showtime is at 8. With no further ado, the leading role, which happens to be Monique Blue's son. She's so modest and didn't want to say, but the Gregory Blue is in the building.
What's up, boss man? What's up, how you doing? What's up,
Good.
Sit there. How are you? What's up, y'all?
Greg, formerly a firefighter, but his credentials are still very good. So if he needs to get on the truck and save some lives, he can. But he took the mode of acting and took the role of that and does very, very well. I'm gonna give our director, because I do have a little small feature in there as well. So it's very small. However, I was very thankful that you thought enough of me to use my talent to allow it to push this project even forward. I know it's going to be a huge success, but I'm gonna let you take it away so we can talk about Rights of a Father. Tell us a little bit about your character, Greg.
My character's name is Raymond, and he is like head over heels over his girlfriend. You know, he's got his career established at the radio station. You know, she's becoming established at her hospital. She's in an internship. I proposed to her, you know, because I mean, why not, right? You know, I'm in love. My girlfriend's name is Rose, by the way. And yeah, so she ends up getting pregnant also. But if you know anything about a doctor's internship, you know, it gets a little funky when you're pregnant, and you can't be pregnant during your internship, basically.
Right.
So she's very heavily invested in her career, so she's kind of got to make a decision. And me, on the other hand,
You're excited.
I need that baby like tomorrow, yesterday, really,
Right.
you know. But she just comes to the conclusion that she just doesn't really know what she wants to do, and she's very what's the word I'm looking for? Indecisive. There we go. About this pregnancy, and I'm like, all right. So I served her some papers, basically. We go into court, and we're gonna let them figure it out, because clearly, you know, we're gonna have to just
we're having a difference of opinion.
Exactly. So he's very, I would call him selfish, but at the same time, he wants a family. I mean, this was his grand plan, and that's an abortion would definitely not be a part of his grand plan, and it would just kind of just delay things, and it can start delaying other things, and you know, he's just thinking 10 steps ahead. So he just thinks this is the best moment for it, and he's willing to let a judge be in the middle of it. So,
listen, you could the suspense, just you giving the descriptive, even in your character, the suspense is way up here just to see the outcome.
Right.
To see the outcome. How was it for you to produce this? You said earlier in the show that, you know, there was a scenario similar to it, but to see it come to fruition, how was that for you?
That was amazing. So when you can go see a great movie and you walk out of the theater like you got all your money's worth. And
that's how I felt when I saw Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, like that, you know, like you want to go tell everybody, go see this movie. That's what it was like for me to go on set every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's how I felt on my way driving to whatever set we were at, whether we were in the church, whether we were shooting at the Airbnb, on location, we went out of town or whatever for the vacation scene. It didn't matter, wherever I was driving to, you know, that Friday night or that Thursday night, I ain't sleeping. I ain't sleeping. Guess what I get to do tomorrow? I get to go on set.
Right.
I get to watch these actors take my words and bring them to life. And when you see it happen, it's absolutely amazing. It's different from hearing about it. But to be on set and to see it gives you a whole different mindset. Like, man, I did not know it goes this much production, this much goes into producing a film. And we shot a scene at his job, and we had everybody on set. Everybody else was done. So it was literally just Raymond and Rose. So all the extras were done with their part. All the other actors, everybody was done. So they had one scene was just them two. And they were so captivating that people could not take their eyes off of them. And when I said cut, the whole set just went, oh! They were like, it was such an incredible scene. One take. We did it in one take. I did not want to do another take after that because it was perfect.
Wow.
That's how I feel every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when you get to see it happen, and other people are like, "Oh my God, that was great! You get to do this every day." Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This is, so
it's getting ready to get magnified now because when the red carpet, when the lights are up and that's gonna be a whole different level, and I'm excited about it as well. I'm excited for you, like,
thank you.
To see you come up from a very small young man to a very small young boy. He's always been big, but a very small young man. But he's always had a level head about himself, like not attracted to the glit, the this, the that. And he clearly could have been because mom, dad, in that life, he could have been. But extremely proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Extremely proud. Like when you became a firefighter, man, I was, she'll tell you, I was like, wow, he had the guts to do what I couldn't do because I wanted to be a firefighter as well too. But all that came to a halt when I learned that, because I just wanted to put the holes on the fight. That's all I want to do. But when they explained to me, like, no, like a lot of our activity day to day is car accidents. You might see a child mangled. You might see some gunshots. I was like, whoa. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But then to come, to want to be the thespian, and shout out to you, your company. Like, it's always professionalism from the word go. Camera angles, this, and I mean, Lord knows, like, we was trying to pack them up in a little small studio, not even bigger than this space right here. But I can't wait to see what that even looks like. Because I felt like it was like crummy on my end, and he's like, no, keep going, good. And I'm like, but that's the director's view. So he knows. After this, what other projects do you foresee in your landscape? Are you going to close out the year with another big one?
That's a good question. So I have the time, but I'm gonna take my wife on vacation. She put up with this whole film and everything.
Right.
So I'm gonna take some time off. I'm gonna take her on vacation. We just probably go down to the Caribbean for a few days, maybe take a cruise or something like that.
He say that like, I'm going to Regency. I'm just, I'm gonna slide to Family Dollar. I'm take on vacation. We'll go to Family Dollar or something like that. We just go to Caribbean. Yeah, we're in Greece. I don't know. Cameras everywhere.
I have 4 more scripts ready to go. Right behind this. I got 4 more scripts ready to go. So when people see this film, they see this film on Saturday, the process is going to change for us because they're going to see this film. They're going to say, we want to work with this guy.
Right.
We're going to want to work with this company and this guy because this movie, I truly believe this film is going to change things here in this city, here in this state, and around the country. It is. The performance that these guys gave us, I cannot wait to present it to you. I cannot wait for you to see it so I can just show you.
Yeah, you like Christmas Eve right now. I see it in your face. You like Christmas Eve. Like, as soon as mama turned that light off, I'm going downstairs.
Midnight's the next day, right?
Yeah, it's the next day. Midnight the next day. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As soon as she turned the light off, we downstairs. Yeah. We didn't open all that up. 6 o'clock, we didn't play.
Yeah. It's the way they put it all together as actors. They all came together, and you could see it. And you could see it resonate on the screen. So I got 4 more films right behind these, and I truly believe that our casting calls are going to get bigger. folks are going to come. More folks are going to come out of town. We have one that came from Atlanta. She's in this film. So
Wow.
they're going to be flying and driving in. When they see the production, they see how they act. I know a lot of folks are really hard on Tubi because of the acting there. You know, you just find your friends, you put a camera up, some lights up.
I'm hard
You know
on
what I'm saying? A lot of folks are hard on Tubi. You know, it's a lot of cursing, a lot of sex, and a lot of bad acting.
Yeah,
But when
Tubi's not.
when you see this film and you see the acting in there, like they really take it's an art. Acting is an art. Some people can't do it. Okay, and I'll tell you, I'm the first one. I can't act, but I'm better behind the camera. Better when I'm rubbing elbows with my DP, when I have my sound tech and my production manager, my script supervisor. All those folks are on set. I'm better when I'm next to them because I know I can take that vision and put it and give you a good product. I'm gonna give you a good product.
How hard is it to film of this magnitude? And I'm not even gonna get into like the budget, 'cause, you know, we're not even gonna get into that. But how hard is it to produce it? And then where do you foresee this film going? You know, to film festivals. You know, like you mentioned Tubi, which I don't have a problem with Tubi. I know who's behind Tubi, so we're kind of like building.
Yeah.
You know, Fox Network owns Tubi, so we're kind of building. Yeah, we're kind of building another platform again.
Yes.
So, you know, that's not really my fave. However, for young actors, actresses to get out there, to get exposure, because directors like yourself, you know, Tubi is like a portal, like a sports portal for, you know, college. You know, athletes say, "Hey, I'm gonna transfer. I'm gonna get in the portal." Directors can go and be like, "Oh, I like that angle on her. I think she would fit this person." That, you know, and some of the stuff be hood, but it's funny too, though. The part that I don't appreciate is, man, get a real camera. Get a real camera. Don't be shooting from your iPhone.
It'd be funny.
Nothing against
for the
iPhone.
wrong reason.
Hey, listen, nothing against the iPhone, but like, don't be shooting from your iPhone and you ain't cleaned up the clarity and all that. And I already got to deal with the bad acting. So now I'm struggling to now see it too.
I'm gonna turn it off real quick.
Like, you know, the bad audio and all this stuff like that. But as a producer, as an independent filmmaker, it's a bit hard. It depends on what city and what state you're in, because there's a different factors. So if I was in New York, I would have more actors out there trying to get into films.
Gotcha.
The community is bigger in New York just by sheer numbers.
Right.
Say I go to Detroit. Detroit has Tubi in a chokehold right now. Okay, they got it in a chokehold.
Oh no! All the movies coming out of Detroit. You can tell that. Who got a camera?
Yeah,
Detroit.
And you start to see more same actors in different films and stuff like that. So
you know they running together.
They got a chokehold on it right now. So you go to, say, California, numbers. You got more actors and actresses. Atlanta, more. Jacksonville, not so big, but we're growing. So for me to not have the same actors in every film, you really have to wait. You have to wait and take your time in your casting, so you can get the best actor for the best role for the best film. So it's a little hard as a producer here in Jacksonville because of just sheer talent and sheer numbers.
Now, do you find it more beneficial? And I'm asking because I think about Spike Lee and how he recycled so many actors that we became fond of. The gentleman that played Dean Big Brother Almighty, we became fond of him. Right. We became fond of him. We became fond of Wesley Snipes. We became fond of Denzel Washington. When you're talking about the repetitiousness of using actors, like, I could understand why a young Greg Blue here would be in more of your films to give him a vantage point to be seen. So do you find like the way Spike Lee is doing it, or you rather have continued to, you know, show fresh faces? Because sometimes I feel like, man, Denzel could have let me say that. You know, Will, you could have really let me say that. You know, Mark, you could have let me say that. Yeah, you ain't have to say that. I could have said that. Yeah. Just that one little line would have given me, it would have propelled me. You know, if Kevin Hart could do Soul Plane, you know, give me something.
For me, it's I do like fresh faces, but understand that role is for that person. So if you have to go back and get them, then you go back and get them because
Right.
that role you want to put the best film possible out there. So if Greg is the best one for that role, no matter if I want a new face or not, I'm going to give you the best film I can. So yeah, I'm going to go back and get that actor for that character. I see myself using the same people all the time. Yeah, Darcy was in my last film.
Right.
So yeah, I see it. You know, she had a supporting role, but this one, no one else in this city could play Rose. No one else can play Rose.
Wow.
Now I guarantee there's gonna be people out there. So I could have done it. Come Saturday, then come talk to me and see if you could have played.
If you could have played
I go to every premiere. I go to a bunch of casting calls and different things like that and watch. I look and I pay attention to the talent. No one else could have played this role.
Wow.
Yeah, Darcy was the one.
One day I'm gonna get serious about my acting thing. My problem is the time. So it's like,
you don't have time.
It's like, hey, you want me to play that part right there? I can do that because I ain't got to shoot but one day. Let me shoot one day and get it. But one day I am going to get into it because that really was my first love. Like,
really,
radio wasn't even in my spectrum. I wasn't even thinking about radio.
Okay.
I was like, hey, I'm gonna graduate from FAM, go to California. I'm gonna make it big.
Yeah.
I'm glad it didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
I am. Rights of a Father this Saturday. Ritz, I'm there. The red carpet is there. Get your tickets. Slide to the Ritz box office. Again, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Number one. Number two, I can't wait to see you in more in your acting because this guy's funny, man. Greg is funny, but I got a chance to meet like the cast and it's a solid cast. You can tell you guys were family, and I can't wait to see that being depicted on camera.
You're gonna see that spill right off the screen. You're gonna see it. You're gonna feel it. That's what's most important to me is how you're going to feel everything. You're gonna feel like you're a part of the movie when you're there. They drag you in.
I can't wait to get your face after it's over.
Yeah,
that's what I'm waiting for. I cannot wait to see your face.
I don't know anybody more excited.
After it's over.
I want to see everybody else's face when this thing ends. We're going to take you guys on an emotional roller coaster for 2 hours. We're going to. You're not going to know who to root for. You know, you're not going to say who's the bad guy, who's the bad girl, or I'm rooting for this person. You can be rooting for Rose minute 43. By hour 7, you're like, oh no, not Rose.
But that's what it is, though. When a movie can take you on an emotional ride, and you leave there thinking like, because I left out of Menace to Society saying, why didn't Harold just give up the car? Why didn't Harold just give up the car?
He could have just gave up the car. Yeah, he could have gave up.
Listen, before I let you guys hop off, because we got to get into more hot topics. If I could ask, billionaires not leaving their wealth to their children, because this is the Father's Day edition of the Best Tea. But one of the hot topics is billionaires not leaving their wealth to their children.
That is smart.
I don't know. It really depends on the character of the kids, how old they are. Like, you gotta think about those type of factors. Like, you know, are they in school or not? Are they in college? Do they have a career? You know, and they got the hamster wheel going already. Like, those are factors you got to think about. Because if you die and I got this brilliant idea or this brilliant company, it may not be off the ground all the way. But if you pass away and I don't get that money, I'm like, I'm settling myself short, or you're settling me short because I don't know. I could have rebuilt this empire of this family pretty much. But then again, I mean, they should already be rich then if they're a billionaire son.
And this is the open topic conversation. This is an open topic question.
Who they leaving it to?
Their children. Billionaires not leaving their wealth to their children.
Foundation.
No.
Trust.
Yeah.
Leave it to a trust.
A trust is cool.
You leave it to your children, they're gonna get taxed. the tax man is coming for them. They're going to get raped.
So they're gonna have like 300 million probably tax.
And then they tax that. And then they're going to tax your state. Then they're going to tax the business.
Yeah. So by the time you get the money,
there's nothing that you put it in a trust. You pay exactly every year, and then you put it into the business, and you make them an employee. So now then you have a board. So
right?
That money, that generational wealth continues. They cannot come in as your children and mess up this business because first of all, they got to go through the trust, they have to go through a charity, they have to go through the board. You can't mess this up.
Put in work.
Exactly. So now they have to work. If you just give it to them, they're not gonna. You know what I'm saying? You can lose that in a drug habit. Literally.
That can go overnight.
Damn, $1 billion drug habit.
Yeah, you want that generational wealth?
That's some drugs.
Yeah,
them some drugs. Yeah.
It's more money than actually what they really are. They already on drugs.
That is, yeah.
I don't know, but I mean,
drugs.
I don't know about drugs, but I mean,
they got a 10-panel drug test for that reason.
Hey, look at
it's
Hunter Biden.
It's all over. That's all. Oh, don't give me.
Look at Hunter Biden.
Yeah, just ask Hunter. Just ask Hunter. He got
his father, the president. He's still getting in trouble.
Hunter was a dude.
Like, that's worse
Hunter
than a
was a
preacher
dude
kid.
with the trench coat.
Your
like,
dad,
man,
the president. You still
let me
getting
know what y'all
knocked out.
need, man. I got heroin, shrooms, weed, PCP, Adderall, Tylenol.
They convicted him.
For a gun.
Yeah, for the gun.
Yeah, for gun. Yeah.
For the gun. Well, you know they can make some stuff go away. Your dad, the president. Like if my dad was the president, oh shoot. For one, malt liquor gonna be free. If my daddy was the president, malt liquor is free. He gonna look out for the hood.
Malt liquor fountain, little fountain thing. Yeah.
All right, so Greg, I'm gonna direct this question to you. This has something to do with the movie. I'm gonna come back to that real quick. In your role, what have you learned about fatherhood from the movie?
That's a good question. You better be prepared for it, for one, and two, like it's not a walk in the park. Like there are people that are not mentally strong. You got to be mentally strong to be a parent or father. Really, you got to be mentally strong.
Yes,
you have to, like, you got people under your wings. You got people that you are responsible for. Not only you're responsible for that kid that's on the way, you're responsible for your wife. Yep. So a lot of men do not have that. Like they don't have that in them to be a father, but they still having kids. That's why we got a bunch of deadbeats. So, I mean, yeah, it take a village, honestly. Fatherhood, my best friend might he need to be my son's uncle, or my other homeboys. Like it can't just be me, because they got to see other perspectives of like manhood. So that's how I see it.
And I think the misconception of fatherhood or motherhood is, they say I got to give them until they're 18.
Yeah,
it doesn't stop.
It don't.
It don't stop at 18.
It don't. 18 wasn't even a number for me.
Right. You don't realize that child calls you in the middle of the night. 30 years old, you gone. Whether it's your son or your daughter.
Oh, you definitely going.
You go.
Yeah, you
so
going.
I think that's the misconception of a lot of people too. They don't realize that it doesn't stop. They feel like it's just I'm a father until I'm 18 and I can just let go.
No, I don't think it should be like that.
I think a lot of guys don't know the power of father. It's not to take nothing away from mothers, but I think they don't know the power of fatherhood, how powerful that is.
The influence.
To have a presence, a man present.
You know what I'm saying? When I get a chance to see my daughter and how she just melts, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to, not saying she don't love her mama, but it just be a difference. And then the influence.
It's that sense of security.
You know what I'm saying? Because she know, oh, daddy a protector.
Provider.
He gonna handle business in a whole nother way.
Right.
Not saying mama don't do her thing.
But if it's a problem, it's daddy gonna solve
it.
Yeah, daddy gonna solve it. Because you can go to mama, but mama going to daddy.
And
right. And
protect both of you.
Right.
So I think we don't, as black men, we're not told how powerful we are. We're just told how tough we should be.
Oh, that's good, Trip.
and we're not told that how loving we can be. You know what I'm saying? We're just supposed to be tough, but we don't recognize our love that our kids feel that love.
And we just be told like what we need to be providing, or you need to be putting this on the table, putting that on the table.
And that's it.
Yeah, or you need to be taking care of this or that. But like, you ain't never asked me like, you know, how I'm really feeling,
Exactly.
you know, mentally.
You don't know, I really
just
can help you
like
with that math. I know algebra too. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm all hands daddy, so I will always sit down with my daughters, you know, with their homework, let you know I know this stuff too. Your mama ain't the smallest person here. I ain't just here to hug a bugger, bring in the meat.
It sounds so easy when y'all say it, but like when I be talking to my 12-year-old, I feel like I'm on another planet. She be looking at me like,
"What she doing that for now?
What are you talking about?"
And
it's got to be listen. It's because it's totally different for me. When Dez was 12, it was a different relationship.
With boys.
It's different.
But she adores you. Don't you let that.
She make me feel like, let me tell you, she make me feel like if you don't get away from me,
that's the start
in a hurry.
That's just the start of it.
And that hurt my feelings. If I could be transparently honest, it hurt because I saw the transition from 5th grade. Like it was, it ain't like that no more.
It don't want to be around you. When she get about 16, 17, 18, that transition gonna change again.
It come back though.
It come back.
Yeah, it come back.
And when it come back strong.
Especially when they go to school.
Yeah, I need it. I need that because
it's gonna come back, bro.
Like I feel like the voice that she hears, the assertiveness that I give, she knows that I'm there as a protector. And see, I'm already a one-time loser, so my protection is a little bit up here.
Right, yeah.
Now, and that may not be good. I'm not saying that is good. And I'm learning to balance that in therapy or what have you. I'm not saying that that's good, but because I'm like, I know what it feels like to lose. Nobody want. Yeah, I don't want to feel that. I don't want to go through that no more. I don't. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, come on, cut me some slack.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. So when I see that, and like I hear, and it does take a village because there's things that your mom could say to her, she's gonna get it just like that. It could be the exact same thing that I've said, but she said it a different way. And I could appreciate the relationship that they have because she's not gonna guide her and tell her anything wrong. And it's like that. Like when we're all talking to each other's children or volleying for each other as parents to get them to say, hey, you don't want to do that. Like I've had partners that their sons then got into some trouble or what have you. I get them on the phone immediately. Hey man, I'm gonna take you to the cemetery tomorrow. I want to show you something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you to the cemetery tomorrow. I want to show you something. How you close on at 8:30, we going. I take him and look at that picture right there. He wasn't doing nothing. And he here. He wasn't doing nothing. And he's here. So what are your chances? Because you're doing stuff. It ain't gonna be long. Your face gonna be right here. He was a kid that wasn't doing anything and lost his life. Where you going? And that it takes that. It was the village that got me by. That got me. The village that kept me. Nah, that ain't for you right there. Going on over there. Even I look at like when we talk about the generational gap that we have, and it's a whole different energy. It's a whole different energy from when we came up. Tim and I come up from the same neighborhood. So there were different things that were taking place back then that wasn't happening. He and I went to school together. And there were different things in that time dispensation that just wasn't happening now. But the people that really genuinely cared about you, guys like yourself in the neighborhood saying, hey, nah, you don't want to do that. I know them you guys. But their path is different from your path. I know your mama, I know your auntie, I know your grandmama, I know this person that come over here. You come from some stock that care about you. Don't go around there because you ain't gonna do nothing but break them people hard in there. They counting on you. And it was messages like that that made me feel like,
Do better.
yeah,
Yeah, we gotta go there.
do better. More questions, John. I'm sorry. We're going, we're flowing, we're good. Everything's rolling. Okay, that's our director. Right there. The Father's Day edition of the best Father's Day edition of the BestTea. Don't forget, this Saturday, the Ritz Theater, Rights of a Father. The premiere is debuting. Grab your tickets, slide to the box office. You're gonna see some of your favorite who's who in there. You're gonna get to know some new actors and actresses in there. You're gonna get a chance to meet this dynamic director, meet the whole crew of ID4 Nation. Like, it's going to be solid like that. But let me get into these two gentlemen just real quick. This is the Gary Tripp, Lee Services right here, the blessed plumber on this side of the Mason Dixon. I know for a fact, if you invite him to your party and your toilet goes out, he will fix it right there. Cash happen right there on site, but he'll set the drink down. He'll go. I saw him do it with my own 4 eyes. I got my best homie right here, Tim with 2 M's. Tim is like my hero because not only is he a dynamic father, he has a bonus child as well as grandchildren as well. But what makes him the MVP and such a superhero is because he raised an artistic son. He raised an artistic son. How old is Trey now, Tim?
He'll be 27.
He'll be 27 in September. Give him a little bit of background, Tim. Of course, I know the story, but the BestTea audience doesn't know it. Tim with 2 M's, and then Tripp, I'm sliding to you.
Just Ray was born 1997. He was diagnosed with autism. 1999, 2000. She's 2.5. He's nonverbal, but he's had a great life. We're having a great life. Raising him just as anybody else try to raise their son, try to teach him right from wrong. We have a very great nonverbal communication. We communicate very well, but it's nonverbal because he doesn't talk. But I taught him like he can understand. Taking him on trips, vacations. He's going to Pine Castle right now. He's excelling at Pine Castle. We thank Pine Castle for everything that they do with him. He's a joy to be around. I try to raise him as if he doesn't have a disability. Take him on trips. He's been on cruises. He loves to play the piano. He loves to be on YouTube. He loves to watch videos. He loves to watch Netflix. He's your average 27-year-old. He loves to play PlayStation. He's your average 27-year-old. I don't try to treat him any different. So it's been a challenge over the years trying to navigate through everything, and especially after he turned 18. After 18, it's like the school system says, well, actually 22, they age out at 22. And it's like the school system say, okay, good luck. You're on your own now.
For the rest of the way.
So, you have to be a big advocate for the child, for any child. But when you have a child with special needs, you have to be their voice. And I'm just his voice. I'm going to go to the ends of the earth.
That's what's up.
And Tim, he's modestly telling his story, but he's been actively engaged. We can't think about the countless counselors that he's had to talk to, the countless teachers that he's had to talk to, finding the right schools, finding the right programs, finding the right doctors. Trey is, he went through an episode where he was having seizures. I remember Tim and I talking about finding the right doctors to try to find the right medication. Like, he has tirelessly given to it, and it's different. And you can always look at, well, my child's doing this, my child is doing that. Imagine having a non-verbal child, and not just that, having to create a village to understand. Like, we talk about the village, but we're talking about kids that can talk and that you can.
You're talking about finding the village,
Right? We're talking
that
about
are willing to like be a part of that. Like, some people, I don't know, that might be a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Over the years, you think about, when you have a kid, want to go out. Oh, let's go to your friend Vanessa's house, and they'll babysit him for for the weekend while we go out of town.
Right.
We don't have that.
No.
So it's literally your small circle of family that you have. Grandmothers, aunties. He has a great big sister. But you don't have that. Your village is a little smaller when you have a special needs child. So we've been very fortunate. He has me and his mother aren't together anymore, but we formed a cohesive jail to where we are able to balance time. He does live with me, but he still goes with mom for weekends or a couple of weeks during the summer, stuff like that. So we both have a balance. I get a break, she gets a break. So it's not all on me, it's not all on her. But he's been living with me since he was 8 years old. So, and I have a great wife who has came in, took on that role. She's been a great additional mother, a bonus mother. Not a stepmother, but a bonus mother. So I've had a great village to help me.
No, that's awesome.
Thank you, Tim, for giving us a little layout. Tim's gonna write a book on his journey.
I am in the process right now
writing a book. Not just that. Blue, I'm gonna plug him in so you can help him set up his foundation from a standpoint from that, so that we can start getting some artistic initiatives going on his behalf, him and Trey's behalf. I want to swing it to my man, Gary Tripp, longtime friend, classmate. We've done a lot of heinous things together, and somehow he's still allegedly. Some stuff, statute of limitations ain't gonna never run out of. Listen. I don't, Tim, don't bring that up. Don't bring it up. Those were some dark times. But Gary Tripp, he and I not just went to school together. Well, all three of us worked at Airborne Express together, and that was when I met Monique Blue for the first of the Beaver Store, and everything she said was the truth. I did have my own little office in the back, unbeknownst to her, but I always signed for her packages, whether she was there or not. So she never missed a beeper. But this guy, not only a dynamic father, but like Tripp, I don't even know when plumbing struck your deal, but I just feel like he could fix anything concerning. I had a very tough summer one year with a septic tank. If people know that live on septic tanks, or you have a well, like I have a well and septic tank, when your septic tank goes bad, it's gonna create some problems. And this guy was my solution to it. But that's not the reason why I had him on. I had him on because he is a great father who has been through transitions, but still maintains and has a bonus baby.
I do.
Tell us a little bit about that, Tripp.
Well, my first child technically was a bonus.
Okay.
I raised her since she was 2 years old.
I remember that.
She's now 26. And then my youngest baby, my actual baby, my seed is 16. So with her, we as fathers, sometimes situations don't be as flow.
Right.
You don't work well with the other parent. And so you don't get to be around your child as much, unfortunately. But you get those moments where when you make sure that child knows. You know what I'm saying? It's a little emotional, so don't get into it. But because you love it.
Right.
But as a man, you keep going.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's gonna work. But it hurts. I'm not gonna and my baby getting old.
Right.
It does hurt. Don't get me wrong. I ain't mean to cry.
No. If you can cry, don't you ever apologize for your emotions on here. It's the best tea.
No crying, man.
You know what I'm saying? My baby know I love her. And sometimes I have to take a little drastic measures just to see her.
Mm-hmm.
She in Atlanta. Sometimes I just gotta roll up.
Right. Gotta pull up.
I just pull up. And hey, daddy here.
What's up?
You know, hopefully mama don't go off the scale and do something crazy and act like I'm there doing something crazy. And she see her daddy and she know daddy fighting for her.
Right.
You know, but
and that's what matters too.
And that's what matters.
That's what matters because
So
you show the effort.
Yeah. So I
I
tell
commend
any
you for that.
father that's not able to reach out and touch their child as they would like, keep fighting.
Yeah.
Don't stop. It'll get better.
It will. Because as long as she's breathing, there's a chance. As long as you're breathing, there's a chance.
I'm here,
And there's gonna come a point
I fight for my baby.
when they're not as won't be able to be as manipulated as they
Exactly.
Right.
Those kids are gonna be adults. And they can
Right. And they can do that for themselves. They can identify. Right.
They'll put the math together and be like, hold on.
They do. They be like, hold on. All of this.
Mama
that you
said
say-
this, but yeah, nah.
Like, of course,
Nah.
do this, and daddy was doing this, but mama
Still,
was kind of fighting
yeah.
against the court.
Right.
So, okay, I see how you played it, because you know he can't just pop up in Atlanta every week. I
Right.
gotta work.
Right.
Okay, I see how you played it, but my daddy showed up, so she can.
And as long as you're there for the big things, like my biological father, because he chose the streets, he was in and out. But when I had a son, it made me not want to be what he was. So it turned me immediately. And I remember my son's mother asking me when we found out the day that she was pregnant. She was like, "Are you gonna be here?" And I said, "Absolutely," because my daddy wasn't there for me, and now it's my time to show this kid.
I remember you always had.
Man, he was at Airborne Express. He was at dance was everywhere. Come Together days, like everywhere. Him and David Banner formed a relationship just by David Banner coming to Come Together days. You know, he was one of the few people that I reached out to and was like, "Hey man, I lost my kid." And David Banner reached back out and was like, "Man, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that." Praying, you know, that was a real thing. That meant something to me because that at least it let me know that he knew him. He remembered him. So hats off to you, Trip. I want to thank both of you all, you and Tim, of course, ID4 Nation. Greg, I could say thank you for coming, but you was already probably close by.
Yeah, I went too far.
We have a question from the audience, fellas. What do you really want for Father's Day? Because you guys are going to get ties and basic stuff. But what do you really
I don't need
I
another
ain't got no
tie.
kids. I don't want nothing.
I don't
Alright.
need another tie. But you know what? I
I don't need nothing from.
I don't want from that. I think a piece of
2-year-old.
mind, and you know, I like the pampering. Like I saw you last week, you was able to attend the pamper. We had a wedding, so I couldn't join. But I saw that, like, when there's different, you know, ladies around the city and organizations that say, "Hey, we want to do this for the dads and for, you know, for the men who are in their child's life and give y'all massages and stuff." Like, I like stuff like that. Like, you know, don't just send us to Home Depot because you feel like we want another grill. Like,
Ain't gotta cook on it.
it's right for your benefit. Right.
I like to chill. I'm a
Yeah.
homebody sometimes, so give me some good liquor, a cigar, or my other medicine.
Yeah, no gin. No gin, no.
No gin.
No gin, no.
And I'll be good.
Blue.
I'm with Trip. I like to chill. My wife does make it an easy day for me. Don't let me do nothing.
That's
Sun up,
cool.
sun down.
That's cool.
Nothing.
Nah, that's
My
awesome.
cigar, my drink, I eat. He won't let me do that.
Yeah, my wife told me don't think about getting up Sunday.
So that's what I like.
God, I hope
That's
don't nothing
good.
go out at my house.
Yeah, you ain't gonna.
Because I'm being in trouble, man. That's all right. I put a bucket down there.
Yeah.
I put a bucket down there. I text Trip one morning, like, plus a pipe bust in the middle of the night, water coming out the ceiling. I texted him. I showed him pictures of it. He responded, "I'll be there in the morning." Put a bucket down. But guess what? I was so sleepy.
Right.
I put the bucket down. I ain't turned the water source off.
Oh.
So it was just running. He was like, "You could have turned the water off." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's 3:27. I ain't have all my faculties together." Thank you, gentlemen. Junior.
See, our family is a little crazy like that. We don't
Mhm.
celebrate Father's Day because my children and my wife, they do it throughout the year.
Gotcha.
So it's they show me how much they love me throughout the year.
Right, not just a
So
day.
they're not pressed to find me a gift.
Right.
Find something.
That's what's up.
My kids show me every day
No,
of
I
the
like that.
year.
I like that.
And my wife shows me every day of the year that, being the provider and protector of this family, that I don't look for it because I get it every day.
You get it every day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're a little weird like that.
I'm not.
that ain't no weird.
You do sweetness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, I make everybody do this. All right.
Hold on.
So I
I gotta let all the pops stay down, and I'm gonna let Miss Blue come back in.
You can still squeeze him right there.
make everybody.
I don't need. I can't make this decision.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll make the decision.
But what we got is
You about to be done.
Team Raymond, Team Rose bands that we're gonna pass out.
Okay.
I ain't hear you.
Yep.
Yep.
Roll versus Ray.
So we got Team Raymond and Team Rose, but you have to pick who you rocking with.
Oh.
But hold on. But wait a minute. But see, that's like
You gotta pick who
so.
you rocking with.
Hey, so that's kind of like the parlay when you bet. Hey, what's the point spread?
Yeah.
Hey, who you going with?
Who
Okay.
you rocking with? Like who you supporting in the film? Like I'm rocking with.
See, that's that. I don't know if I don't know, Junior. I don't know. Yeah, who you going with? Yeah, Junior. I don't know. Simply because I haven't.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick Ray. I might be biased. I'm right.
Okay, all right, there you go.
I like the way he described.
You know what? Yeah, I gotta go with Ray. I gotta go with Ray because the description was real. Nothing against you, Rose. Nothing against you, Rose. Hey, but listen, keep one for me because I might have to trade up afterwards. After I see what's happening, I gotta see what's good.
After the movie, you probably you don't know. You would say, "Hey, we gotta get that one back."
Yeah.
So what I do want to say before we wrap up, and producer John.
She's
Okay, so we're down to our last 10 minutes. What does that say? Right there, 9:40.
Oh no, yeah, we're down to 10 minutes.
Okay, a couple of things I wanted to say. This is our, I want to say 18th or 19th episode that we've done.
Yeah,
the BestTea
nice.
Show, and I spoke about relationships. I spoke about heartache. I spoke about jobs, friendships, education, health, everything you could think of. And I'm very, for those that know me, I'm very transparent in everything I do. I don't hold anything back at all. Anything back.
Yeah.
And John, is this our 18th or 17th show? 18th show. This was the first time out of 18 episodes for today that I've ever cried.
50 to 51.
I came close when I felt that I was being attacked in the relationship of how I was handling my breakup and how I was handling, just being lovesick over the fact that I felt like I was starting over after being married 10 years. And then he married his sister 27 years later, and that was like, whoa, what's happening? And then kind of like, just finally finding somebody. And then that's
holiday, 4 points.
what I wanted to be for the things that he had decided to do. And I respect that. But when I see men
I would have made
that
somebody
have raised
tonight. I would have made somebody tonight.
child that has autism, verbal, but has gone through everything, and I know because I have niece that's going through something similar, but on a really slight step. And I don't treat her any different. I tell her in a minute, like, hey, like she's do this and do that. Like, I don't care what your parents say, but this house going here.
because I never want her to feel any different. When I have conversations with her, the conversations are, I understand what you're going through. But girl, do you know what happened to me? In the last conversation we had, she went back. She died and she was married. And when I see fathers like you that are doing everything they can and that are going to be with their child for the rest of their life, that's going to be, you're sacrificing everything. And then you're so blessed to have your wife that comes along and says, okay? That brings tears to my eyes because I'm like, where were you when I was shooting the gym? Where were the people that were like, hey, we're doing this, this is what it is. Okay, that's what's happening. My diagnosis of breast cancer. Okay, that's what's happening. How long is it? Oh, let's do it, because I got other stuff to do. And my sons are not ready to be on their own in the sense of they're ready for everything that's happening, because the world is slowly taking our black men and the economy and saying, we don't need enough. We're going to raise the rents. We're going to make so you can't buy a house. We're going to make so you can't pay for car insurance and anything else. And if you wasn't born into something, or if you wasn't working on the plan, my black brother, you in trouble. And that's going to cause more crime. It's going to cause more homeless men amongst our black young men and youth. They're going to be hurting our black women. They're going to be abandoning our black children. But with fathers like you, and fathers like you, and fathers like you, there's a chance for at least that percentage of men to do something different, to break the generational curse. When I hear you not having an opportunity, where were you when I was shooting the gym? I would love to have been married or had a baby by a man who was like, hey, it's my weekend. I would love to have said, no, it's your month. I got to get me together. I got to get reacclimated to the fact that I'm going into a job or a career and whatever it may be. Oh, I'm sorry, I have my mic. I'm sorry. And when I see the fact that you are both welcoming, I'm gonna get to you, but you're all welcoming whatever situation comes and arise. You're welcoming if you have to be a father for the rest of your life and care for your child, because that is your job. You're welcoming in the fact that you may have to wait till your daughter's 18 to really have that personal one-on-one friendship with her. And then introduce, well, you know, I'm your father and I've always wanted to do these things with you. And then, Jean, you're welcoming the fact that you have a daughter. And a daughter's a different thing. Okay? A daughter's a different thing. So you are hearing conversations that maybe she can't say to her mom or her bonus mother. You are hearing the closeness of dad is my closest person. He's my friend. He's my confidant. He's my rock. But I ain't going to let him know he means all this to me. But then you're dealing with the elements of what the world really is and what the world has really done. You're dealing with judicial systems. You're dealing with other people who didn't have fathers like any of you, and they think it's okay to be ego-driven and think that they can handle their anger and their jealousy and the fact that they did not have those type of parents or type of fathers to teach them how to be men. And their idea of handling a situation is, I'm going to take this one out like a chess piece. But this is not a fucking game. This is life. And I tell you, and I always tell my hand, and that's one of my good friends who lost a child at 14 that was in my home as a nephew. His brothers are my godsons. He was Grant's best friend.
That was a tough wait.
And think about hearing from Greg what had happened the day it happened. I think about me running up and down the street in Lilly Estates at the time where his grandfather had lived. Mm-hmm. And just saying, how do you come back from a situation like that? So I commend you and I thank you. One of the things that we like to do on the shows, like to leave closing statements, and I'm gonna go first because I'm the odd person in the room. And it's just that if you have fathers and you haven't spoke to them, if you have
mothers that are talking bad about your fathers, but you're trying to mend or you're trying to have a relationship. If you have fathers that don't understand that, women and drugs and fascinations and egos and appearances is not what life is about, but it's about the root. And I always tell my sons, it's about the foundation that you leave and the foundation that you have, that you can leave your children and move on. You need to find it and you need to make amends. And if you can't make amends, you need to make an understanding. Is there anything, I know we have 3 minutes left, that you guys want to leave in a sentence about your life, about how you lead as a father? And we'll start with you, Tim. Or quote, anything.
I would just say to the men, give it time. I didn't have a father growing up. Didn't even know my father. Never saw him, didn't know what it was. But I knew that when I had children, I wanted to be the exact opposite of what he was.
Okay.
So give it time, man. Grow into it, but put in the work and the effort. Be diligent, be consistent, and put effort in it.
Okay. Mr. Ashwood, and we have 2 minutes now, Joe.
I would say just one quote that I live my life by. The only time you should be looking down on anyone is when you're extending your hand to help them. So if you take that and you live your life by that, it's always next person up.
Okay, Gary.
Fathers, like men, any man, you are important. Don't you give up. And you fight. Fight.
Okay. DotCom.
I would say, like, whether you have a son or a daughter, like, cherish every moment. Cherish every moment of it. Don't take it for granted. There's a lot that I wish I could have done more in the time that I had, but I'm grateful that God gave me a kid for 24 years to let me take care of him. A partner of mine told me, he was like, when you look at Mary and how, the story of Mary and how God gave her Jesus, that was the angel. So unbeknownst to you, you was taking care of one of his angels. That made me feel a little better.
Okay. I know we're in the last seconds of the show, and I just want to thank all of our guests for being here today on the BestTea Show. I appreciate you all. And I want to say happy Father's Day to all of you phenomenal dads. Happy Father's Day to everyone that is here. Happy Father's Day, Greg, for being an advocate and a role model for your brother Grant in the absence of when his father was not around. There are brothers and sisters that are doing this every day. And I applaud all of you. And I love all of you. So thank you.
The BestTea Show. The BestTea Show.
Guys, we got to take a group picture with everybody.
Let's do it.
Really good show. I